All right. On today's, where are we starting off? We'll move into the fleet map for the big picture. The USS Expedition and has been investigating things near the Klingon border and is out now at the rendezvous near Kate system, awaiting the arrival of the very oversized USS Svalinn. Alt. The Svalin and just showed up on the exterior your Kate sensors, and they should be within the system within the hour. Expedition mission crew. Um, Captain Prax, if you can give us a log preceding this.
Captain's Log, Stardate 55850.5. The expedition is currently in the Case system after our 2 week patrol along the Federation border. The expedition will be rendezvousing with the USS Svalin for a convoy mission to protect the Clydesdale in its towing efforts of a newly constructed starbase that will be placed on the edge of Federation space. From what I've been told, this new starbase will act as the center point for operations for Admiral Nea and the Silk Road Initiative. End Captain's Log.
Okay, and the Svalin's been picked up on exterior air sensors around Kate, and they should be in system and within the hour. Is there any preparation in the expedition crew would like to do before then?
What's the current status of the Clydesdale?
Uh, the Clydesdale L is currently in position. They are working on aligning er, all the tractor beam arrays aims to tow the starbase. If there's any other situations about them. Yeah, basically they're working on their tractor beam arrays. And he's making sure that they're up for the task, and they're are looking at hard points along the starbase and is to attach to.
Okay. And the route that we'll be taking that's already been predefined.
The route will take you from Kate to Starbase 27, and then straight down to the border where the Ecliptic has already surveyed a suitable system for the anchorage port. So about 75 light years to 27, and then straight rimward to the Federation border.
So faster going straight, but
You could go straight. You will have to detour around the Devil's
Oh, that's a
Oh,
small,
triangle.
it's a small detour.
Small detour. That was one prescribed by Admiral Nea. But if you have any other suggestions and want to take that route, you would have to plan it out yourself.
Um, work on a new route. Let's see if we can't cut some time off for the Clydesdale and the Svalinn to get this starbase into position quicker. Seems this pre-route is a little bit um, out and about, though. Tactical, work on to see if there's any security measures we need to worry about if we engage in a different route. Any known pirate activity or otherwise.
Okay. For the con on task. Div 3. All right, for the new route, it would be reason plus con difficulty 3, complication 3, because you have two other ships with two different warp factors to account for, and this can be assisted by computers con.
Does anyone want to use one of the supporting characters for the con officer?
Yeah, I can roll for con. Let's see here. Reason.
Well, like if you want to use a supporting character, you can.
Oh, you mean like activate it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, we can activate Orgel, Mr. Basin.
It's reverse because he's Bajoran, but
Wait, what's that?
um, Orjal is his last name. Basin is first.
Okay. That's good to know. Good to know. Uh,
Clan name first, naming convention. Is it clans or family names? Names for Bajorans? I think it's just family names, right?
Yeah, it's family names from my understanding. Could
Okay.
be wrong.
cool. So, uh, flight control systems, astronavigation for focuses. GM, does that work?
Yes. Yes, those focuses work.
Awesome.
Astronavigation.
Okay. Let's see here. Never rolled for this guy before. Um, hey, bold con. Okay. So please take a threat, and let's give it a go.
I generate 1 momentum. I believe. Oh, 2 momentum. And I believe normally you guys have Prax handle the momentum.
I usually do, but it's whatever.
Yep. I don't know. It's your table. All right. You manage to find a viable route that will cut through here. The reason for the roundabout route that was suggested is right in this cluster. Yeah, these four are sectors. There's been an increased pirate activity, and they were trying to get you around that. However, you could go through it if you would like.
So Orjol will communicate that to the captain. And he'll say, well, Captain, which route would you like us to take?
Let's hold off on that just a minute until we confer with the Svalinn captain.
Understood.
And it is at this time that Svalinn, after a good 2 weeks, ASAT warp finally drops out of warp in orbit of Kate. Commander Calder, what are your orders?
Meet up with the expedition and open hailing frequency.
Yep. You can move into orbit of Kate Prime. There's orbital facilities around the planet. Lots of Federation and civilian and Starfleet vessels else coming about, and hanging in the distance is a Sovereign class expedition. You move into an easy orbit alongside them and open hailing frequencies.
This is Commander Calder of the USS Svalinn. We arrived to assist with moving the starbase to its location.
Commander Calder, it's good to see you.
Likewise.
Um,
At least this time we're not in a prison.
yes, that's at least this time. Um, Admiral Nea and her staff laid out a plan to head us to Starbase 27, though it would be a very long journey for us to go to taking this route, but it would be clear of most pirate activity if we head straight there ourselves with the minor detour around the Devil's Triangle. It would be much quicker, but be an increased risk of pirate activity and ambush. We could take a slightly smaller detail, which would only shave off 20 light years off our journey. And that's not going all the way to 27, but hitting down and then coming back straight across again.
Whichever you think would be the best.
Go about here, GM, and then straight down, and then over.
All right.
Do
So
that.
the most limiting factor will be the Clydesdale towing the starbase can only go a max of warp 6. So going from there to there. You're still looking at 130 light years.
One sec, I'm doing math.
Yep, so is your con officer.
So you can only go warp 6 for towing.
Yep. Warp 6 for towing.
It's 4 months. And the other way is 80 light years.
Yep.
I'm just gonna free draw real quick on the map.
Yep, go for it.
So pirate activity in these 4.
Roughly. There's been and scattered reports throughout. If you want more details, someone can make a roll for it. But that's where the PBA came from. No, PSA.
Let's plot a course straight to there. It should save some time off, though. Commander Calder, I would like you to. What's the range on your sensors?
L, how far do our advanced senses go? L.
What was the question?
How far do our advanced senses go?
Several light years?
Yeah, pretty much you can and accurately get you can get a star count out with everything. Even within 100 light years, you could get vague idea of planets within in the sector, and within the sector you can tell if there's any ships at warp. If they're not at warp, you can only see them within 5 light years. And that's just seeing them. IDing them and would be at slightly closer range. Or momentum spends.
Commander Calder, I'd like your ship to run ahead of the convoy about a light year out. Or, well, half a light year out. Should be able to give us some advance warning if we're going to run into anything.
Okay. Helms, is this at a course? And I'll uh, prepare the sensors.
The Clydesdale L still needs about 72 hours to prepare, but you've been asked to meet up early so you can and make arrangements and plan this out. So you have 72 hours to plan this out and run simulations if you need to.
Okay, and we could help with recon by deploying our fighter wings.
Yeah, you can use the fighter or wings to extend your sensor range a little bit. The fighters can also help extend an engagement range.
Okay.
Would you like to go into an actual conference room and with each other?
I think that'll be good. I'll beam onto their ship now and do it because it's, and I'll see if Elle wants to come with.
Absolutely.
Okay. The Svalinn and delegation in wishes to come aboard. Captain Prax is busy at the moment. Commander DeGrasse, would you like to meet them in the transporter room?
I would, yes.
And tables acting weird. After a few moments, Commander Calder and Lieutenant Junior Grade L beam aboard. This transport room's a lot nicer than the ones you have. This the plush carpet.
So DeGrasse will approach and say, Commander Calder and Lieutenant L, welcome to the expedition.
Thank you, Commander.
I believe we may have had the pleasure of meeting possibly once before. So in that case, nice seeing you again.
I was about to say a joke that when I last saw him, he had less hair, or was it someone else?
Well, if you would accompany me to the conference room, the captain is awaiting your arrival.
Lead the way.
Of course. And DeGrasse will turn and lead them to the conference room.
And conference room map is here. Who's the guy in blue? Is that NPC?
That's the
No,
doctor.
that's the doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you make it to the conference room. Prax, would you call the rest of your senior staff in as well?
It'd only be Mendrock. Casey, our tactical officer, is not here currently. He's stationed
Okay.
elsewhere for a little bit.
Dr. Air Pearsons is busy elsewhere at the moment. And you are all in the room together.
So it would seem that the quickest way to get the starbase in position would be to go in a way straight there. Though there are several hazards.
What kind of hazards?
Indications of pirate activity in at least a 40 light year radius around these 4 sectors. As I advised earlier, potentially having the Svalinn run ahead about half a light year ahead of the convoy would allow for a little bit of warning if anyone was in our path. And I believe it's mentioned that the Svalinn does carry a fighter group.
Yes, we currently carry a fighter group and a Delta flyer. That could be used to form a screening formation to do more or for recon.
I'm more worried about protecting the Clydesdale and the Starbase.
True. Uh, and also, so I imagine the expedition itself would be a deterrent with it being a sovereign class.
Well, let's hope so, which is why I would plan to keep the expedition near the Clydesdale and the Starbase to hopefully, at least by presence alone, ward off any would-be attackers.
That is what I would imagine too. And these Svalbard is installed with a advanced sensor, so it'll be able to both find ships. Well, it'll be easier for the ship to scan at a bit longer ranges and able to easily pick out ships that would be hiding if any of them would be bold enough.
Do we know what kind of pirates they are? Are there any Klingons among them
We're
with birds of prey and cloaking?
we're far away from Klingon space, but that doesn't mean that cloaking devices and whatnot have been sold to pirates.
Yep, cloaking devices are definitely a hot black market item. But if you want to pull up the report yourself, reason, command, or security difficulty 2, assisted by a computer and relevant department, could pull that out. And this would be the expedition's computers.
You said computer security?
Yeah, computer security or command, depending which discipline you use.
DeGrasse, do you want to take that or someone else?
Alder, do you want to take that?
Lee's in
Or
command.
digress?
Wait,
Yeah.
do you want Calder to assist, or
He wants to take lead. He was on first.
Oh, I mean, I'll try it. So it's reason command.
All right. You at least got it. It has been mostly Orion pirate activity. Within the last month, 5 civilian vessels have been attacked. The civilian vessels have been anywhere from scale 3 to scale 4. Last week, one ship, did not report in and is presumed missing. The SS Attican. The pirates that have hit them have been in small time Orion outfits. They're not really carrying clan tags. But there's also been a mix of 2 Noskin raiders and 5 Federation civilian vessels. And they usually attack in wolf packs. Would you like to ask any additional questions for momentum?
Were any of them having, or at least suspicious of having cloaking devices, like any of the reports indicated that they would? Or like
I will
suggest
take that. Yeah, I'll take that for momentum. No, their mode of operation appears to be to fly behind the vessel and shoot out the nacelles to drop them out of warp and then make demands. There's no indication that they are using cloaking devices. But what is interesting is the fact that they originally they weren't all that violent. They were basically just pulling ships over and demanding they jettison their cargo and let them go. So the fact that the Attican is missing could be indicative of them escalating hostilities.
You said they're attacking in packs. Is that
Uh,
3 5 ships or?
yeah, like small ships, scale 3 to scale 4, and they attack in groups of 3 to 5.
Okay, it's good to know.
Any other information regarding the pirate attacks?
can't think of any questions. But with the understanding of how they fight, wouldn't it be better to uh, to uh, instead of having the Svalinn do point, but instead just because both of our ships have advanced sensors, have one ship focus on everything of do a forward focus on the sensors, while another ship does aft focus for sensors to kind of increase our sight radius.
I think it'd be best to have the expedition be deployed behind the convoy at the rear to help ward off any pirates that would come up from behind. I think the Svalinn should still take point, and Commander DeGrasse, see if you can't procure a couple attack fighters that we can store in our shuttle bay to deploy at a moment's notice to protect the convoy.
Captain, from the Svalin?
No, from Kate. See if they have any available for us to borrow.
Understood. I'll get right on that.
Is there anything else the department heads want to bring up?
I mean, if you still want to do the sensors with how our ship will be placed, the expedition could focus on scanning stuff aft side, while the Svalin could scan fore side.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
Agreed. I believe, unless there's anything else anybody else has to or wishes to add to the briefing, I think we have a plan going forth.
Okay, so with this and with us being and with this plan finished being hashed out, I'll start moving towards return to my ship and prep everything on my end.
Understood. It's gonna be a long trip, Commander. So
Won't be the longest trip this ship has had. Let's hope it with this one will be safer compared to the last long trip the ship had.
indeed. As soon as I get word of when the Clydesdale is ready to depart, I'll let you know, and we'll take up formations then. With that, show you to the transporter room.
All right, and with that, you guys break for your various tasks and duties. DeGrasse, you were asked to talk to Kate about getting some attack fighters on loan.
Yes.
How many are you looking for? How many can the expedition hold? Do you have a?
We have extended
You have
shuttle base.
You have extended shuttle bays,
Yes.
so that would be
2.
uh
Well, technically, I guess 1, but because we have an Alpha Flyer. But
yeah, you have the Alpha Flyer and each fighter's a scale 2. So in your scale 6, so that is 12. Oh, scale a fighter you can hold at a time.
be 10. It's scale -1.
Scale -1, 10.
So that's 10 fighters, you said?
Each fighter is scale 2, so that'd be 5 fighters total you can have on deck. But if you want to have any other ships prepared or launchable, oh, you would have to subtract that. Essentially, you can have as many small craft in cold storage as you want, but you can only support. In your case, you can only support 10 scale of fighters of small craft on deck, ready to launch and operational. So if you want to use the Alpha Flyer, you would have to subtract that from your 10 scale of small craft.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so I would assume if the captain's requesting like fighters, for this mission, um, we probably wouldn't worry about the Alpha Flyer, having it on deck and ready to go. Um, so having the other fighters in storage and then ready to go. I'm sorry, I was a little unclear. How many could we get?
5 fighters are on deck at all times, sacrificing in all other or small craft capabilities.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna request. So if we request 4, we could have the other part for a shuttle or something like that, correct?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Yeah, let's do 4 then, just so we have that extra space in case.
Mhm. All right. You're basically just gonna be on the phone talking to planetary governors and Starfleet Command and to organize all this.
Cool, cool.
Uh, I'm gonna throw some threat at this to make this a little more difficult. All right, so Andras, you're gonna be leading this with Presence Command, difficulty 4, complication 2, assisted by ship's communications command. Part of that at difficulty is because you're asking for fighters and they might not have fighters available, and the complication is trying to get them in position and in your docking bay before you take off in 3 days.
Okay, cool. Persuasion for focus?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. So I have bold command, so take a threat. then just make sure I secure it. Would you take a threat and then that momentum for a 4th day?
Yep, that works.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Takes the better part of a day to organize as it, but you manage to secure your 4 fighters and the fighter crews. The next part of the problem is getting these crews integrated into your or specific command structure. They do come with crews. It's just us getting them organized in how the expedition flies and how the expedition does things. So some command drills might be prudent over the next few days.
Awesome. Yeah, DeGrasse will make sure to order those.
Okay. Next up, uh, science officers Nadon and L. You have 3 days to organize things and figure out what we're going to do on this convoy mission. What would you be doing in this time?
Just to be clear, make sure I heard everything correctly. That's 3 days ahead of departure.
Yeah, 3 days ahead of departure. The Clydesdale still needs 3 days to get their things in order before you depart. So this is in orbit of Kate.
Right. I will first do some research about the kinds of environments we're expecting to encounter on the route. Specifically looking into whether or not there are any expected types of sensor interference or known areas that could conceal a ship. Basically, I'm trying to create an advantage on scanning tests in the future.
Okay, we could do that. Would you do this by yourself, or would you want L to help with that, or Lieutenant L? Did you have something else you wanted to work on?
Anything.
It's you have 3 days, so anything you can think of, if you might be able to pull it off.
Give me a.
All right. Okay. So Nadon, and we have reason science difficulty 3, complication 2. Complication is just to represent that some of these reports might be a little old, so you might get inaccurate information.
Okay. Does my focus in astrophysics apply in this case?
Yes, it would.
Cool. have a have a threat. I will spend to get one extra die.
One threat for one dice. Aye. And L let me know that he is available to assist.
Cool. I would appreciate the assistance.
What's the roll?
Reason science.
Complication 2.
Do I have a applicable focus?
Anything regarding astrophysics or reading over logs?
Research?
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're researching old logs. Research focus would work. Nice. Now we're getting some momentum. So that's 4, 5, 6 on difficulty 3. So 3 momentum generated. There's no really big nebula between in here and your proposed route, which drag you to the map. You guys are planning for the straight shot, correct? Or do you want to cut over and down? Straight shot? Okay. Most of the path is clear. However, let me get there is a small section in here. That has been known to give false sensor readings. Basically, there's some weird ripples in space that can cause sensor echoes.
To know if there is time, I will see if there is time to, or if there is a way that a compensation for that effect could be devised. Assuming we still have time and that task did not take the full 3 days.
No, that test took like maybe a day. It's called the Glass Dome by locals. It has some boring scientific survey name. It's not. Yeah, it wasn't really flagged as a navigational hazard. It just causes basically an echo of your ship to appear like a couple light minutes away, leading into local tales of spooky ghost ships that follow you in the night.
Yes, so we're on. So should we just go around it, because if I recall, our loot is pretty much like this.
The original route was as a straight shot because that's 80 light years, versus going around, which is like 120 light years. You could navigate around it, or you could find a way to compensate for it. Which path do you want to do, Nadon and L?
The ideal route for the mission probably would be to try to find a compensation. That way we don't have to have a longer route, and we can minimize our transit time. And I mean, if we can't find a compensation in time, we can always notify the captain, and the captain can make the decision to reroute on the day of departure. I don't see that being a major limitation there. Of course, this might backfire if the captain gets if we can't find something in time, and the captain is wondering why we didn't tell her earlier, or the captains in this case, rather.
Yeah, pretty much up to you if you want to give them a report now, or if you just want to dive right into compensating.
I'd lean to giving the report, because decisions about routing and such like are above my pay grade.
I think another thing that might help is finding a way to tell which is like a way to obviously tell that's a ghost and not an actual scan.
Mm.
That sounds like a work tracks thing.
Yep, it'll be a work track acting, so it'll take a little bit to do. But Captain Prax, you are made aware of this little sensor anomaly, which is slightly smaller than that. I was going for like 5 light years across, not 20.
If that's the case, then we'll just go around it.
Okay, a Prax is ordered to be go around it.
Still, because we're still gonna get close to it. Still, look
Look
into
into it.
it just in case. That way, if they're using it as an ambush point, then we could potentially spot the vessels.
Hi, Captain.
All right, I'll set up that word track in a little bit. Meanwhile, Mendrock, you have about 3 days to prepare for this journey. You have 3 ships that are going to be under warp for quite a while.
Mm.
What are you doing to prepare?
Well, I hope that I will coordinate with the engineers of the other 2 vessels and make sure everyone is running optimally, as well as being fully stocked in armament just in case. Since I have experience with weapon systems, having been in combat with the expedition for quite a while.
Okay. Coordinating with the
So,
3 engineering departments is easy enough.
yeah, and do some, you know, make sure the warp drives and impulse engines are all optimally running, as well as making sure shields and phasers and torpedoes are all fully functional and, you know, fully stocked, all that.
Okay, so basically, you do like a once over or all the ships. Let's do. You are covering a lot of ships.
Yeah, I want to you know, that's why I have engineering teams.
Yep.
Do the other two vessels have a chief engineer?
They do. We have Lieutenant Commander Rost, who is busy doing his own preparations, and then Lieutenant Commander NPC for the Clydesdale.
Okay. Well, I will coordinate with them as best I can. If not, I will just lead.
Fine.
Otherwise, I will just lead the teams as I have led the expedition very well in the past.
Okay. So to coordinate all that, Present Engineering in Diff 3 and Comp 3. Part of complication is you're trying to give a once over for 3 ships in 3 days, which is kind of crunch time, and the Clydesdale has been heavily modified from its stock, so there might be some systems that you are not expecting and you are not familiar with. And this is to represent you coordinating and doing these inspections. If you want to do the inspections yourself, we could switch over to a longer work track that would be a reason in engineering.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do the work track?
Yeah, because I have talents for engineering stuff.
So I have heard.
Yeah,
Reason
I'm
Engie.
pretty awesome with that.
Mag 3, Diff.
Also, that gives me a 17 to roll.
Yeah, and this is basically you just as physically going down to the engineering and doing it yourself rather than and having your teams go and do it. Still coordinating with the actual engineers of the ships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for this it would be Reason Engineering, Diff 3, Magnitude 3, Work Track 12, and Resistance 1.
Okay.
And each roll is going to be a block of 12 hours.
All right. I will buy additional 2 dice.
With threat or momentum?
Let's start with momentum.
3 momentum. 3
And
momentum for 4 dice rolled.
yep, and complication is 1.
Complications is 1 on this since you're in the ship yourself.
Yep.
Oh yeah, do you have any focuses to declare on this?
I have 1 for mechanics, EPS systems, Peters diagnostics, energy weapons, 1 for mechanics.
I'll take diagnostics.
All right.
So, +1 and +1. So 6 total on a diff 3. So 3 momentum generated. And go ahead and roll me 7 challenge dice. And you're gonna have to remind me of your talents.
I have miracle worker, meticulous, in the nick of time.
Okay, so what are the effects of all those? Because I don't know them offhand.
So I get additional work for every effect.
And work and 2 breakthroughs. All right.
Mendrock, if you want, you can chance to reroll 2. Technically, you're doing 9 total work. You can spend all of the momentum and one-shot it if you want, but
Well, is it better to just re-roll the 2 or do another? Just do another.
If you do another roll, it'll be another 12 hours, so you would waste 24 hours on this whole thing. Which doesn't mean much, it just means you have less time. And do other things if you want.
I mean, I'm just trying to get it done. So, um, yeah. I mean, let's go for it.
it depends on how you want to do it. If you reroll 2, you have like a high chance that you might get 4 work out of it, but
Yeah.
or you could just spend the 3, and that would be enough to complete it outright by doing extra work.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Miracle Worker is the triumph effect. So when you roll an effect, see, he rolled 3 effects, so he gets at least 1 extra breakthrough from Miracle Worker. So he gets 2. And if he completes the work track, he gets a 3rd.
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering where that second breakthrough comes from,
Yes.
because I am not intimately familiar with Miracle Worker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, depends on how you want to do it, Mendrock.
He's heavily based after Scotty. um. Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and re-roll the 2.
Okay.
Just in case. And well, that didn't work because I didn't hit return.
Yeah, hit enter and roll again.
No. No.
You have 1 work arc left to do. You could just spend a momentum and break this.
Yeah, let me do that.
1 momentum, and surprisingly to all the other ships, but not surprising to anyone on the expedition, you managed to do a once over of all the ships within 12 hours. However, you do find an issue.
Okay.
There some of the plasma coils and warp coils on the Svalinn starboard nacelle are starting to corrode, and they need to be replaced if they're going to be doing a long haul like this. Basically, they have been running a little too hot, a little too long, and if they run any longer, they risk a catastrophic failure.
Well, we can't have that.
Nope.
Don't need our friends going boom. So I'll see if I can direct the engineering team to get the replacements here, or help them fix it if need be. Send over an engineering team of my own if need be. Or if it needs my personal touch, then I will take a look at it.
You could send an engineering team and just have them and Ross take care of it. Ross was already kind of aware of the situation, monitoring it. You just found out that it was a lot worse than and he was aware of. So you could just leave this to NBCs, leave it in the background. There's just a chance that it might run long and it might delay your departure. If
Oh.
you want to get the jump on this, you certainly can, and it would just be it would just be a long and hard work track to get it over with.
All right. Is there anything else that might delay anything, or is this the only matter left to deal with?
As far as you are known, the Clydesdale is on schedule to depart are in not 72 hours, 50 hours at this point.
And then the expedition is fine.
Expedition's fine. You only found out a problem with the starboard nacelle of the Svalinn.
All right. Well, I will lend my hand then. Get this taken care of. Because I don't want any delay with this. If it's since we're hauling a surveys, that's a lot of people involved.
Yep.
A lot of bureaucracy.
Work. So I'm just gonna draw this up, and then I'll rotate to another set of people.
Okay.
Let's do work. We have max hang 3. So let's be a little rude with this. Okay. And do you make a report to anyone about this situation?
So I will notify the captain. I'll notify my captain. And also the captain of the Sylvan to make sure they're both aware that I'm lending a hand.
I'm gonna use time management to make it go faster.
Okay. You can and certainly you do that. Captain Prax, anything to add with this report?
Well, we could offer, since Mentor's a boat, I'll ask DeGrasse if he wishes to assist on this matter to help coordinate some efforts with the Svalinn to get their ship in order.
DeGrasse would happily agree.
Very, very well. Yeah. In that case, let's jump right into this. Okay. So time management. What does that do, Calder?
During any challenge, extended task, or other activities under time pressure, the character may attempt a command and control task with a difficulty 3 if the task succeeds, reduces the number of intervals the player has taken by 1 for every 2 momentum spent.
Okay. And then DeGrasse, you have coordinated efforts.
Correct.
And what does that do off the top of my head?
So basically, every effect that's rolled, it counts as an extra work.
And you have to assist in the roll to make that happen, or
Yes.
okay. Cool. So we have all this is going on. Calder, go ahead and give me the control command difficulty 3 roll to start off the time management.
Okay, I'm going to take 3 GM for 4 dice, and I act and for bold.
Okay.
So that is 3 over. No, 2 over.
2 over. So 2 momentum generated.
And I'll use what's the total intervals?
Each interval will take 12 hours. Yeah, 2 intervals. Each interval is 6 hours each roll. So each roll essentially is 12 hours.
Okay,
But
so
with 2 momentum, you can cut that down to 6.
I is that before or after the base success -1? Because
Let me read it. I think that is
yeah,
after the success.
yeah, because I reduce one. Because if I succeed, I reduce one, and I could reduce one more time if I spend 2 momentum.
Yep. So right now, it is at 6 hours. If you spend 2 momentum, you can cut that down to 3.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Spend 2 momentum. This interval will only take 3 hours. And Mendrock is BRB. So we have that set up.
Wait, is time management only one interval, or just the entirety, or all the intervals for the challenge? Unless
Let me double check the reading on this. Yes, I think it is just for. There's a total number of intervals. I think you have to do that for each. The way I'm reading this is that you kind of have to do that for each interval attempted.
okay.
All right, since Mendrock is back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. Instead of 12 hours, due to efficient time management, Commander Calder has brought this down to 3 hours. As for this first roll.
All right.
You're looking at Control Engineering difficulty 4, and DeGrasse, you can help with coordinated efforts.
Is there any extra momentum?
There's 1 extra momentum.
Okay. I'll use it for a third die.
Okay.
I have EPS systems and warp core mechanics.
Warp core. Yep, warp core or mechanics.
Alright. Yes. Control plus engineering. Alright. Well, I have cautious engineering, so I can reroll that.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
5, 6. So we're at 2 over. Excellent. Go ahead and roll your 7 in challenge dice, Mendrock. And you have Scrutinize 2 or Progress S2. Or Progress 1.
Well, with DeGrasse's, it's 2, progression 2.
Okay.
So the effect is like 3 total with the effect. So
The effect is 3.
8. It would be total of 8.
Okay. Resistance 2, that's
so 6 work.
6 work.
Let's mend.
That's at least 1 breakthrough plus the.
Be 2 breakthroughs.
Alright, so we're at Mag 1. Div 2. Work. 6, 10.
he would have. It would be 2 breakthroughs because he did get the effect.
Yep. So, instead of magnitude 2, it's magnitude 1. As you basically disassembled all the plasma relay and cleaned it out, and now you have to put it back together. You did all of that in 3 hours.
So I'll spend momentum for 2 dice. Oh no, it's
If you want the time management, and again, Calder can and do the control command.
yeah, let him do that first.
Okay. 1 momentum and 2 threat for bold.
Okay.
Same result as last time. So
Another 2 momentum.
I'll do the same spend as last time to make it 3 hours again.
Okay, so I'll spend the 2 float, and we are back down to 3 hours on this roll. Mendrock, you have control engineering. DeGrasse can give me presence command.
Spend 1 momentum for 3 dice.
All right, that is 2 momentum generated after you spent Ant 1. So net gain of 1 momentum. Go ahead and roll your 7 challenge dice. Okay, so that is
He broke
3,
it.
6, 9. Yeah, you broke the track. Yeah.
That's for you.
It's total
Yeah,
14. Subtract 2, so 12 plus the 6. So yeah, 18 total.
Oh my goodness. So not only did you have time to disassemble a warp coil, clean it up, and put it back together, but you had time to wax the hood while you're at it.
I show the chief engineer how it's done.
Ross will remember this.
Ross is gonna remember this.
Insert the telltale thing on the upper left-hand corner.
All right. Well, I will report back to the expedition once things are all tidied up here.
Yep, and we are at about 36 hours into. We're about halfway through our 3-day wait. Meanwhile, back in the science labs, Nadon and Elle.
I am here.
Hi, here. I'm Dad. And no, I didn't pre-write this. So we are looking on to how to counteract the glass dome effect. Reason plus psi. Let's do.
I will also assist with time management.
Sorry, what was that?
I have time management, like how I helped the other. I can reduce the time.
Oh, cool.
Work. All right. So we have.
Oops.
Okay. And who is taking point on this one?
It's a extended task.
Yep.
I'd be happy to take point on it.
Okay.
Reason science.
And you are on a ship, so you can use computers to help.
Nature of the task.
You are finding a means of counteracting the effect of the glass dome phenomenon that is currently in your path.
Phenomenon. Can I use my sensor operation focus to help me? Obviously, we've had to take scans with it, right?
You haven't been able to get direct hands on it. It is two sectors away from you. You're working off of sensor logs from passing ships. However, you are looking into how to counteract the sensor ghosts from it. So sensor operations would be applicable.
On work tracks, I always like to knock it hard on the first one. So let's do I am science value.
Okay.
And we will use determination for the automatic one. And oh, you know me, I like to be a momentum generator here. So let's go ahead and see. Let's buy a second die. And
Okay, that'd be 2 threat or 2 momentum.
we'll use momentum
All right.
and see what we get. And I do have and let's see what this roll is and then figure out what we're gonna do. I think I will take that just as it is. So that's a 4, 5, 6 successes.
And Nadon can help, and the computer science of either one of the vessels else could work.
We've got can we use my my metal for the 2 uses of momentum to let the assist be rerolled?
It's not gonna allow the assist to be a reroll, but you could use your Medal of Valor or to create 2 momentum to quash it.
I have a
But you have that medal.
Oh, but I've got the one that gives me 2 uses of determination. I've only used 1, so I want to use the second one to squash that, or let it be re-rolled.
Determination can't be used to reroll an assist.
I do have a Legion of Honor medal. I'll use it to ignore the complication.
That'll work. All right, so we are at 6, 7, and on difficulty 3. All right, roll me 7 challenge dice.
is 2, 7 dice. All right. Ooh, sweet! Look at that. And let me spend 1 momentum on piercing 2 to cut out that resistance.
All right.
Want me to roll that time resistance? What time management now?
How much more momentum do I have?
Yeah,
Let's spend 2 more to get a total of 10.
it's
2 momentum.
okay. You could, but it's not going to give you any extra breakthroughs. But it will whittle down that work track.
How much is it to re-roll the 2 blank dice there?
It's 1 more. Basically, once you get past once you get at 5 or more, everything else is just to get the work track down. Once the work track's down to 0, then you get the extra.
Yeah, I'm just trying to power through it. Thinking what 18. This could possibly be done in 2 rounds, depending. Yeah, we can go with this. That's fine.
Okay. So just 8.
Yep, 8.
Work track 17. So we're at 9 total.
GM.
Yes. Go ahead and do your control command in Div 3.
Okay. Take a threat, and I'll use 2 momentum for 4 dice.
All right.
And and what's the time per interval?
It is 6 hours. Right now, you dropped it to 3 hours.
Okay, that's good. And I'll do a second one right now to just do.
Yeah, just to get ahead of it.
Yeah. Okay. Same spend.
1 threat, 2 momentum.
Rerolling one of the zeros.
With bold. And you just got it. So that is also 3 hours. All right. So next roll is Reason Science. And it's difficulty 2, magnitude 3, work track 9.
All right. So,
Shoot, sorry.
You're fine.
since we just did this task, testing a theory into practice.
Yep. So you roll 3 dice, and this is now Div 1.
Yep, I'm just going to. Ooh, nice on that. Reason Science. There we go.
In computers, so we have 3, 5. So 5 total on a Div 1, so plus 4 momentum. As you're kind of getting a feel, for this, and you're just popping through, like, yeah, I think this will work. All right, so that is 4, 5, 6 total. With the resistance 2, that is 4 work on the work track. Would you like to spend 1 momentum to re-roll those zeros?
1 momentum on piercing. That's a guarantee.
Yep, that'll work. So we have 6 work. Eric on the track.
All right. That's a breakthrough.
That is 1 breakthrough. Where's my sticky note?
And can I how many intervals are we at? Just 2 was it 4 intervals? 2 each?
Since I'm kind of just doing hour blocks instead of intervals. Since you started working on this project, you've passed 6 hours right now.
Press the brass and let's spend momentum to cut the intervals down a bit.
So that's going to be 4.5.
Yep. So now we're down to diff 1, Mac 2. All right, so we're now at like 3 hours and 90 minutes. So 4.5 hours you spent on this task.
How much momentum is being spent?
Okay. 1 momentum and spent on piercing, and then 2 more momentum to cut the time interval.
Okay.
Round 3?
Yep, you have 2 more breakthroughs to make,
I
and
will
3 work on the table.
I will reduce time again. This time 1 momentum and 2 threat.
As you guys are just punching through this, you might be able to solve this phenomenon before dinner.
That's going to be 2 momentum, so we
From 6 down to 3.
yeah, I think we'll keep that for L.
Yep. All right, so plus 2 momentum generated. All right. And reason science, magnitude 2, difficulty 1, work 3, and still resistance 2.
It would be diff 0 if he's doing theory into practice and testing a theory.
Yep. Just 0 with theory and practice. So we are just rolling for momentum at this point. Or complications.
Yeah, we've got the momentum to quash, no problem. And still generate momentum.
Yep. Oh no.
Do you
That
have
might make
computer
difficult.
Oh, and do you have technical expertise?
I do, or no, I have computer expertise.
That would work in this case.
I've never heard
Okay.
of computer expertise.
That's a D20 to the roll, though.
I mean, could also be used to gain momentum to reduce the comp, because all you need is 1 success.
Get that one out there. Okay. Well, I mean, there's still 2, 3, 4 successes on the table. So, that's still going to generate 4 momentum. That's enough to quash both of them, anyways. So.
Which you just re-rolled 1, so.
No. That was because the computer expertise. I rolled the extra die since you told me to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's enough to cancel out between momentum generated and quashing the 2 complications. Because it's a diff 0.
And yep, that is enough to break the work track, and that's more than 5. Alright, so in a blistering one shift, if you manage to find a means of not only accurately a telling which one of these is your sensor codes and which one's a unique ship, but you will also be able to take the time to find out which one is a real ship and which one's a sensor echo. Discern. And that's not how you spell discern, but yeah, you have that advantage. And basically that trait makes it possible to discern the echoes. You might still need to spend momentum to figure out which one's which. Yep, we have 1.5 days is left of preparation. And we have the Svalinn all fixed up. We have this thing set up for our dealing with the glass dome phenomenon.
I think with that, it might be a good idea to do to cut through the there to give us 10 less light years.
Sorry, could you say that again, Calder? I was distracted.
If we do the original plan of cutting through the nebula, we could cut even more time off of our original plan.
You could. It just depends on if you want to make the risk of cutting through the glass dome phenomenon or not. And of course, you would have to divert around the Devil's Triangle because that is an absolute no-fly zone.
Yeah. So I imagine that I'll hear Prax's opinion of this. Within that, we tell which is real and fake.
Prax, you are so informed by Commander Calder.
If we let's pass on the outer edge, it only.
You could do a straight line by holding Alt. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Doing
I was
that.
I was thinking we pass on the edge of it because by passing on the edge of it towards the it puts us off course a little bit from the Devil's Triangle, and we only really have to travel an extra 2 light years. I do it that way, so we'll still hit it, but we
We'll
only
hit it, but not hit it.
Yeah, we'll kind of miss everything else.
Yep.
Do kind of skim it.
Yeah.
And we'll have like an extra a day and a half of prepping to finish this up.
Yep. You basically have a day and a half left. You could do more prep, or or if you want, you could do some R&R on Kate or on the nearby starbase.
While they're doing that, though, I would like to do a pretty much plan of action for battle strategy in case we do run into conflict.
Okay, what's your plan of action?
Well, kind of like I've already been discussing it in a way of like how like the battle strategy. So essentially, I'm using rolling for a plan of action for an advantage that's in place that both ships will get the 2 bonus momentum. But essentially, a battle strategy.
A battle strategy of like what to do in case XYZ,
Yes.
any type of thing. If we're attacked on this vector, you move here. Okay.
Yes.
So that is I'll say that's a reason command, and if you want, Calder, you can and assist with your own reason command. If you would like to collaborate on this.
That's fine.
I think I shall.
Strategy and tactics for focus, and what's my difficulty?
Since you are planning for our 3 ships, one of them is non-combatant, I'm gonna boost this up to difficulty 3.
I will use combat tactics as a focus.
That would also apply.
Take 1 threat, and then I'm gonna spend 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Okay.
Might be able to get some of it back. My reason is not so great. But... oh, good.
I mean,
grief. I can reroll one of those. Well, I just got it.
Just got it. Takes a little bit as this is like planning for a plan, and you're trying to basically cover every single contingency you can and think of, but a plan of action is in effect in case of combat. Each ship will have 2 additional momentum.
that sounds good.
All right. Everyone has a day or a day and a half left to do any final preparations or grab one last bit of R&R before you're on the convoy. Mendrock. Picking on you next. After replacing an entire warp coil on the Svalinn in record time, you have a day and a half left. You have to do whatever you want. Would you like to do some extra prep or get some R&R in and possibly get at the trait of well rested?
Well, I want to spend the second half of the second day, making sure there isn't any other issue on any of the ships, and just making sure the expedition is, primed and ready, and then I'll take a rest. Unless
Okay.
the captain or someone else needs me or something.
Captain Prax, will you approve of a 24-hour R&R or shore leave from Mendrock, or did you need him for something?
If everything's taken care of, the crew has R&R. It's gonna be a long trip.
Yep. And you already went over the expedition and the Clydesdale. They're all ready and ready to go. So you have 24 hours of shore leave. What would you like to do? And would you like to drag any other characters into this?
Yeah, I will see if my friend um Kai from the lounge staff is interested in having a date with me. If not, then I'll head over and you know go and join the sites on the station.
Kai Anno. I'm not familiar with your lore, so Ed, could you fill me in on this person?
It's
Oops, that was me.
Ki Anno. Yeah, she's a supporting character,
Yeah.
one of the civilian crew members on the ship.
She's a liberated Borg, so just think 7 and 9 or whatever.
Liberated Borg, our civilian character. Uh, and lounge staff. Okay, and so what's your relationship been with them before, Mendrock? Just kind of friendly, flirting, or
Friendly, flirting, trying to possibly date, romancer. Although it hasn't gone quite that far yet.
okay, so this is planning like the first date type thing.
This is more like the third attempt, maybe. That one.
Attempt 3.
Yeah, the last couple. Well, the second one went better than the first one, but
What kind of date do you have planned? What you thinking?
walk in the arboretum and maybe a picnic. Since I helped rebuild the arboretum on the expedition.
The Arboretum on the expedition. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna say she.
Unless there's one on the station we're at.
There's one on the station, and you also have the entire planet of Kate, which,
Oh, it's a planet. Okay.
yeah, you're around an M-class planet of Kate, which has very airy savanna-like environments, lots of grasslands, and stuff.
Yeah, if there's a safe like zoo or you know nature environment there to walk in, I'll be down or take a shuttle down or whatever. See if she wants to come with me. Bring my
Let's do a quick Reason Con difficulty 2 plus Computers Con to see if there's any like notable zoos or nature preserves on Kate that you can go to, and any of them that are open. As you're looking up dating sites.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh boy. Uh, computers is a focus.
Yes, you are using a computer system to basically refine your search parameters.
Wow, my con is horrible. All right.
If you're having trouble with it, you could ask. Nah,
Oh,
you got it.
wow.
You managed to get it. There is a nature preserve you can and go to. It's fairly unstructured and basically just like an open area where you can do hiking, camping, and that kind of stuff. But if you want something a little more structured, there is the Kate Nature Preserve, and they have guided tours to show off local and even exotic wildlife.
Yeah, let's do the second one. the guided tour, because I'm not really a fitness hiking kind of person. So
Okay. Kay, you approach Kayano and set up a date with them for the next day.
I will see the chef in the lounge and see if I can get a little picnic to go. Some sandwiches or
Okay.
like
What kind of roll would that be?
role play kind of. Hope.
Yeah, I'm kind of a loss. What's the rule for ordering sandwiches?
I think this happens.
But this is a date. You have to get it just right, man. You don't understand the pressure you're under.
Well, he's seen my struggles.
Yeah, he sees your struggle, so he definitely wants to help out. So, uh, sure. Let's have some fun with this. Assisted by. Something else going on. All right, so this is difficulty 1 from you, Mendrock, Presence Command, assisted by the chef's NPC's Reason Con if someone wants to activate him, and then the computer's con will also help. But comp 2 on all of that. So you could activate the chef NPC to basically get his way in on what sandwiches he has to get. Otherwise, you could just have the computer or assist in this as well.
Wait, are you talking about activating our chef NPC?
No,
No, the expedition chef NPC.
Oh, I mean, it would be funny if it was ours.
It could be, but I'm not sure Mendrock would go to this Svalinn and chef,
no.
which I didn't import any of our NPCs. But if the Svalinn wants to activate any of them, let me know. We'll import them in.
I mean, I
And
think we
someone,
might need the
someone want to play the show?
engineer and security NPCs.
I always
Yeah.
forget his name.
So, Mendrock, how do you want to make this roll?
Well, I was just gonna roll.
Okay. And the computer's con of the expedition could help.
I didn't know if somebody wanted to play the chef.
Hey, you got one momentum off that.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe con was the wrong choice, but it kind of makes sense to me.
Cooking is
So-
a science.
Cooking is a science. I don't know. I'll keep that in mind for next time.
Our science is a lot better.
It's part science, but it's also part art. In that case, you do have your date all set up. You have a little picnic basket all ready to go, and we'll come back to you later. In the meantime, Nadon, you have about a day and a half of R&R left to do. what would you be doing for the next couple days?
Sorry, I was on mute. I would probably be I'd probably try to arrange some sort of a team building exercise for the science teams across the three ships, actually. Kind of
Okay.
a group R&R if folks want to go.
What type of activity are you thinking of?
Uh Popular choice of either one of the guided nature tours or just like a some sort of a retreat on Kate. I'm not sure what the touristy stuff there is, so something suitably touristy and
Yeah,
local.
there's a couple touristy forest sites you could go for or as a retreat.
Yeah. So
Uh, Lieutenant L, would you like to assist and participate in this, or would you like to do your own thing?
Happy to help assist.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah. You can totally get involved in this.
Just because we'll be working together for the full mission, so it probably makes sense for our teams to get to know each other.
Absolutely.
Do the trust fall activity and the blind man navigation team building exercises. Yeah. Between the two of you, Reason Command difficulty 3
Okay.
to organize this event between the 3 science departments.
Alrighty.
Would you like to take lead this time?
Sure. Sure. I will spend 1 momentum for 1 extra die. My command is not fantastic.
Ouch. I don't know about this. Reason Command.
Hopefully. Probably should have bought 1 extra die. Whoops.
Let me look at a couple of options real quick. Read this very well. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Gonna hope for it.
I could have you succeed at cost.
Sure. Let's do that.
You managed to get the expedition and the Svalinn science teams all together. The 5 people on the Clydesdale science department either didn't get the memo or didn't bother showing up.
Okay.
And there's also a few people missing from each of your departments. About 10 to 15% of your people didn't show up. But you have that all organized. DeGrasse, you have a couple days of R&R. What would you be doing?
So, DeGrasse might start off with some reading, like some literature and things, kind of taking it easy, and then After a little bit, might get stir crazy, and in honor of Casey, who's currently not here, he'll attempt a uh, solo camping trip on Kate.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Yeah, just a solo camping trip by yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, unless anyone else wants to come with me.
You could try to invite some people. Mendrock, El, and Nidon seem to be fairly busy.
Uh, DeGrasse will throw it out to the captain. He knows that she might not be able to make time, but oh, that's a good point. Um, yeah, actually, he'll take Emily along. Emily's an NPC who, yeah, he's sort of developed a half friendship, slight relationship with, so he'll take her.
Uh, Emily, civilian,
Yes.
xenobiologist. Cool.
Yep.
Oh, xenobiologist. She would love to go on a camping trip on a new world. Yeah, and not really a whole bunch of planning anything to do. Unless you want to attempt to impress her.
No.
Or are
I
you gonna
mean,
you gonna go all out, or just gonna like, hey, I'm doing this thing, you can come with?
yeah, just kind of a, pretty casual type
Pretty
thing.
casual
So,
thing. Okay.
yeah.
So you're not thinking so much about make sure you have the roses all prepared.
Nah, not so much. Just, kind of let anything happen organically. So,
Okay. You do find and reserve a pretty good camping site. Do you want to do a hike in or uh take a shuttle out there or beam in?
you know,
How rough and tumble do you want this camping experience?
you know, I'd be tempted to go pretty rough and tumble, but DeGrasse's fitness is not quite there. So, um, yeah, we'll just do a beam in to the site.
Okay. Yep, you beam in with all your heavy luxury camping gear. You're in, set up your site pretty well. And you have the day to yourself with you and Emily.
Nice. Well, yeah, we'll just hike around and I'll yeah, just kind of let her, do her xenobiologist thing and just kind of do that whole thing, and then we'll just glamp for the remaining time period.
Ah, that was the word I was looking for, glamping. All right. Let's get some. Uh, let's just roll all of this into a. Spend some threat to increase. Use this. Let's do a presence command difficulty E3. To kind of summarize all this camping and relaxation.
Okay. You said increased complication.
I increased difficulty. It was gonna be difficulty E2. I'm increasing difficulty 3 because she's really into the xenobiology, and you're kind of like, I totally understand what you mean there.
Oh,
Deoxyribonucleic acid?
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, take a threat. I have bold commands. And then it's just, would you take survival for a focus?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, let's do it.
Gain one on momentum. You totally have a good time, and you're able to relax. You get to know a little bit more about Emily. If Ed will allow it, I think momentum spend to learn a little bit more about Emily's backstory and kind of get a little closer connection with them could be viable.
Yeah,
Have a little
sure.
heart to heart, so you could develop a relationship with her more.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, technically,
Uh,
it's Ed's NPC. I'm just kind of ad-libbing here, but yeah, I think that's viable. Yep, I got the thumbs up. So, oh yeah, you managed to have a little heart to heart with Emily, and yeah, it was a really good time. You got to know each other,
Good stuff.
and you can gain the trait well rested for next episode.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yep. So just put that on your sheet. It'll just last for this next episode though.
Awesome. Thanks.
And now Commander Calder. You have a day and a half to goof around. What trouble will you get into?
Depends on what you're gonna do with the threat pool, God. Because it could go one way or the other.
What's the worst that can happen? Pirate fight? Pirate fight.
You know what? I'll go on Cape.
Where would you like to go? There's
Any
there's nature preserves and stuff. There's guided nature tours. There's also, of course, cultural centers. They have cities down there.
I'll
Pretty lively
go
nightlife.
through what are the cities?
One of the cities.
Yes.
All right. What type of sector are you looking for? Looking for more educational, a little more cultural.
I think cultural.
All right. Getting into the seedy depths of Kate culture. Or Cation culture, I suppose is the term. So, you're in one of the bigger cities. You're checking out the museums and some of their cultural sites. You see, you probably visit their Capitol building.
Yes. Me and my powder keg inside of me.
Yeah, that is a thing. Over the past couple of days, you can't eat anything too fatty, or else it causes digestive issues. So you've kind of had to watch your diet since your liver is not quite working at 100%, or it's working a little too well. But otherwise, there is no side effects from the unfortunate accident you had on Safe, where you got shot up with Borg nanites.
Yes. They only shot me with blanks. The Borg
Oh
the Borg specialize in their blank nanites.
no, the nanites are still there. They're just kind of like deprogrammed or something. There's something weird going on with it.
I'm saying these nanites aren't doing by blanks. I mean they're not doing anything.
They're not doing anything.
I think they enjoying during the afternoon / evening. I'll return to my quarters.
All right. Go ahead and give me a presence command difficulty 2.
Take a threat.
I suppose I don't want to.
Don't give me that crap. Uh, 2 float.
Yep, gain 2 momentum. And you also can have the trait of well rested. As you spend the time, I'm going through museums and stuff, and you and visiting some notable Kate 8 sites. You go to the Capitol building, and you spend some time going to their first space program location. And I'm gonna have some fun at the Capitol building. You run into someone.
Whom? Is it my arch nemesis?
Which one?
The Starfleet one.
No, he is back in the let me dive in here, grab his name real quick. Be any of those guys. It is Dr. Zavelkros, the Andorian archaeologist. Oh, Commander Eric Calder. I didn't realize you were on this side of space.
I'm here to pick up a delivery to a section of space.
Oh, I was just as here, defending a dissertation mission about the discovery you made on Beta Pravonis. Well, not defending it quite yet, but preparing to defend it. But yeah, how are you? And stuff.
I'm doing fine.
Okay. Well, kind of funny that we're both in system at the same time. This might be a bit much, but would you like to grab a drink or something? Or maybe not. Crap, I said that out loud, didn't I? She is sweating bullets, in case no one can tell.
I'm kind of being put in a corner above game.
I mean, you could just say no. I'm not forcing this on you. I'm just being awkward with it.
Okay. I think I'll say apologies. I can't because my uh time the deployment time is to the time for me to deploy would be to cutting it too close to have have a drink.
Oh, okay. Well, forget I said it. I guess I'll see you around. And she awkwardly makes an exit. Blushing a bright eye blue. And yeah, in the meantime, you finish your tour or learn a bit about Cation culture and make your way back to your back to your quarters. In the meantime, Captain Prax.
Probably go to the holodeck and run the Speakeasy program with Nozen.
I think I know which maps the Speakeasy program is. To do. All right, the Speakeasy program. And who are you going with?
I'll drop him in
Okay. And who is Nozen? I think I remember, but refresh for the rest of the audience, who may or may not be me.
there. Nozen Renix is one of the school teachers on the expedition. It's part of the civilian staff.
Okay.
And Prax has been dating him for about a month.
Facebook status official?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't think Facebook is in the 21st century, but sure.
Okay. So you two go to the holodeck to the speakeasy, and you just spend the night talking to each other.
Talking, eating, dancing. But yeah.
The whole 9 yards, having fun.
Yes, the whole 9 yards having some fun.
Excellent.
Assuming the gangster that owns the speakeasy doesn't do anything. But yes.
Da, 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 da. Would you spend the time I'm talking about at work, or would you be avoiding in talking shop?
Avoiding talking shop.
Okay. That keeps the difficulty down. So presence command difficulty E2 to see how much fun you can have over the night.
philosophy. I don't even know. I don't even think I have a focus for this. So, take a threat, I guess.
Interpersonal relationships, team dynamics.
I don't know if team names would apply, but okay. But I don't have that. Composure? Would you take composure?
You're kind of building composure at this time, sure. And take a threat for bold.
I'll fish. Oh, okay. Take the first result.
Yeah, I'll take the first reroll. Yep. You managed to have a good time. Lots of fun, and you top yourself off on rest and relaxation, so you too can gain the well rested trait for the next episode. And back down to Mendrock. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. Going back to the planet of Kate. As you are going on a date with FK Ano. Or attempting to. We'll see how this goes.
Yep. Well, even if I have to go alone, I'm gonna try to enjoy myself.
Yeah, let's do this. Due to circumstances completely out of control. Yeah. You managed to be a half hour late to your arrangement. Just you got caught up with something. Someone distracted you. You lost track of time. And you beam in, and you're a half hour late. And Kayano is standing there at the beginning of the tour, waiting for you.
I'm sorry I'm late. Work called. Being chief engineer is a little stressful at times. Hope you're well.
I am well, she says in the awkward, stilted vocabulary.
Well,
Shall we proceed?
of course. Offer her my arm.
She considers it for a moment, and seems to go, yes, this is proper protocol. She seems to recognize that this is a protocol, and she goes for it as well, and
Okay.
takes your arm.
I assume I have the picnic basket, or did it come with her?
You have the picnic basket,
Okay.
and that will be an advantage on this date.
All right. Well, see if we can catch up with the tour. If not, just enjoy at our own leisure.
Basically, the tour groups are leaving like 15 minutes intervals, so you can, like, catch the next one pretty easy.
Okay.
Presents, and what would be a good roll for? Let's see. And this is the first time you've had a real outing with her, or a third time? How does that work out?
This is a better outcome so far than the two previous.
So
Okay.
you've done this 2 previous times, but they've been spectacular failures.
Well, the first one was a real failure. The second one was kind of a half and half.
Okay.
It was more awkward in that she was attempting to try to look into being less awkward. I don't know if she has done so or not. Done tried doing any thinking on it. This may be Menjot chasing a dream and might end up having to
Okay.
give this
Um,
goes bad.
all right, so it's definitely gonna be attribute presence. As far as the discipline, I could be talked into command or con or science. Kind of depending on how you want to argue to me about it.
Finessing her, I'm finessing with her as an engineer and with science. I helped repair part of her that was malfunctioning, that she was having trouble with. That was part of one of the dates that she ran away from me. So I helped her with that. So um, I'll take
So
some.
so kind of woo her with your engineering knowledge.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Um.
on the tour, talk about how they probably set up some of this, like the animal refuge, animal, displays and things, like the engineering for the.
Okay, I can allow that. Difficulty is 3, complications 2, just based on the previous experiences, and also she's ex-Borg, so she might not catch all the social cues. But
Uh,
you do have an advantage of the pick-a-net basket that you could apply to this role.
all right. So am I doing presence engineering?
I will allow presence in engineering if you're trying to woo her with your engineering skills.
Yeah. All right. I will buy a third die with momentum. Actually, let me buy a fourth die, and let's see. I don't think I have any suitable focuses.
And would you like to apply the advantage to decrease difficulty or complication? Or how would you like to lean into that?
Well, it depends on whether I'm going to have to make multiple rolls in the
Yep,
future. I might save it and see if I need it later. So,
sounds good. Rolling 4 dice.
all right, there we go. The dice like me today, at least.
Yeah, they you go through the tour, you talk about the engineering of the enclosures and how that works, and she seems pretty impressed with your engineering knowledge.
Yeah, take a break and have lunch. You'll find an area that's like a picnic area or such, and sit down and try to have lunch. I know she doesn't really need to consume food necessarily, um, but I know
So
she
so she's at the food is optional stage of her.
thinks so because we've tried a few meal dates with the previous dates, and she said she was going to look into um, seeing what she might like as a nutritional um, option for the future. So I've been trying to monitor, like talk with her regularly to see how if she's come across anything she likes or prefers. So I'm hoping um this picnic is something she'll enjoy. So
What do you talk about during the picnic?
oh how her duties are doing on the expedition, if she's interested in you know having another date, if she's enjoying this one, you know having a good time, get her feeling on the matter. See if I can get some, you know, positive feedback from her. I know she's been a little shy in the past, so or nervous or anxious. So trying to make her feel at ease and give her a thought. Share with her what I've done, fixing the Sullivan and getting the other ships ready to depart on this mission that we got going on.
Okay. Presence Command and Orcon, especially with this, it's kind of I have subject matter difficulty 2, and you do have one advantage,
Yeah, I'd like
as the nutritional supplements of the uh, picking at basket is actually helping conversation flow.
I would like to use the advantage to lower the difficulty by one.
Absolutely.
Is it still complication two, or is it back to
Uh,
one?
it's back down.
Okay, great. Oh, I should have rolled two dice. My bad. There we go.
And you managed to get it. It is kind of like pulling teeth after, or it was like pulling in teeth at first, but you manage is to find a natural conversational rhythm with her.
Well, I know it's been challenging, so third time was gonna either make it or break it. So,
You could say it's been a long road.
yep, indeed. So,
And with that, I've picked on you enough. You can also get the trait well rested.
excellent.
And I suppose I was like enough you the opportunity to spend one momentum to gain a little bit of insight on uh K Ano.
Yeah,
A little social insight on her.
yes, certainly do that.
All right. You gained a little bit of social insight on her as she talks about adjusting into civilian life and the stark difference that it was to her Borg experience, and kind of she almost talks about her experience as a Borg.
All right. Well, interested in knowing too. So she's
There's
willing to
there's
go there.
there's a nice little crack in that shell.
Okay, that's excellent. So that's great.
All right, and for 1 momentum, you can have that.
Yep, I'll take that.
And Nadon and L.
Present.
Yes.
You guys are setting up a kind of a weekend end retreat with the science departments of your various ships. Is that where we left off?
I think that sounds about right. Well, we were doing crew coordination between crews.
Yep. All right, and you had this event planned out to go to nature reserve and kind of have a coordination event in between your two teams. What would you like to do now that you have everyone here?
Sure.
What was that? Sorry.
You have your two science departments. It's on the ground and together. What is kind of the plan to foster a kinship or teamwork between in your various crews?
I heard that, but I didn't hear what Lieutenant L said after.
First
I
thing
think
was a tour, and the second thing I'm suggesting scavenger hunt.
Sure.
okay.
Sounds good.
You could do the guided tours. There's fairly easy. Is there any sort of genre tours you want to go on? Historical, zoological, technological.
I want to keep it a little bit more fun for people. Don't want it to be too much work because it's the whole point of this is to encourage socialization and familiarity with between the crew. So
Zoological would probably be the best choice then.
yeah.
Which one, L?
Zoological. Go to some
Zoological?
zoos.
Very easy. Yep.
It's a easy way to socialize with the group. Walking around.
Walking around and seeing some new life forms, boldly going where everyone on Kate has gone before.
Yeah. Plus, most people like animals.
Mm-hmm. And I was scrolled up. Presence command or science difficulty E3, and one person can take the lead, the other one and can assist. And it's diff 3 just because you have two science departments and it's working together. You probably have upwards to 50 to 75 people here.
It's in command total. I just
Could
want
you
to see
repeat
the higher total.
that? Presence science total of 14 is my best. Would you want to lead with that total, or would you want me to?
We need the presence command total, not science.
You can use
I
either or.
thought that, yeah,
Oh, we can?
Yep.
yeah.
Then we have the same score, so it won't matter either way.
Nadon, are you a full lieutenant or lieutenant junior grade?
Full. Recently promoted.
Recently promoted, and you're on the bigger ship, so technically, Nadon would be the senior officer in this situation. But you both have the same position, so you could bounce off each other.
I guess I'll lead this one, and you can lead the next roll. Does that work?
Yep. And to help out on this, I would like to use my Starfleet Expeditionary Division decoration to reduce the difficulty by 1.
Okay, I guess this is kind of a exploratory task, although it's kind of canned.
Task, right? You said we could use presence science, so
Yeah, I guess so.
Cham, take a threat.
And L, you can still assist on this. Just depends on who takes the first. All right, gain 1 momentum. All right. After that, you do get everyone to loosen up, and the 2 crews are kind of talking to each other a bit more, and you complete the tour, and everyone's ready for the next step.
Yeah.
Scavenger hunt.
I could definitely lead with this one.
Feel free.
All right.
So, would you be organizing the scavenger hunt yourself, or would you outsource that?
Probably outsource it.
Yeah, I agree, especially given the short amount of time we had to pull this together.
I concur, but all right, to basically get the right group of people to do this.
Can I assist me as well?
What was that?
Can I have Patterson assist me as well?
Yes.
My science department.
Yes, you could activate your NPC to assist.
you.
As you basically pull Patterson aside, say, "Hey, help me organize a scavenger hunt," and he's like, "What? Huh? I guess."
Should I roll it on the Svalinn one?
No, just get his totals. Or I could get his totals and we could just roll it on the yeah, we can roll it in the regular game. True support, Patterson.
Pulling it now.
Presence, command, or science. Difficulty 2, complication 2, because as you are kind of hoping to organize this, and it's really quickly.
Oh, look like you completely wrote up McDaniel for me as well.
Yep.
Okay. His what's the role?
Presence, command, and science.
His presence science is a 12 total. Presence and science for Patterson.
Okay. And he does not have a focus on this, so he's just rolling 12. Would you like to purchase additional dice, Al?
Because what I want to do, I want to save for the scavenger hunt itself. So let's see here. Well, I do believe it would take some research in order to outsource to the right local group and whatnot. So research focus.
Yep, research trying to find the right group that can do what you need to do.
And I will buy 1 dice. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah,
I will
you
put a milestone.
you completely draw a blank on that.
I will put a milestone.
On which episode did you try talking to someone else to get something done?
The episode where I always went and talked to McDaniels, actually, since I already brought him up.
What was that in regards to? What did he help you with?
Personnel issues, or just chit chatting. Remember, he was like the friend that I could always talk to.
Oh yeah, and then he did help you with that dinner that one time.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You could burn a milestone on that. To what value?
Let's see here. A theory for every situation.
You kind of need a theory for this. Yes.
All right, and we will re-roll the entire pot.
I mean, you could keep that 20.
What
Oh
the
no.
hell?
Oh no.
Oh
let's
no.
see if
What the
let's
hell?
see if Patterson's any help.
Who broke the dice roller? Who broke the dice roller?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. And Nadon can also help coordinate in this.
Oh no, I'm just imagining the luck on a different roll 20 game that's like rolling constant 20s for the players. Someone else is stealing our luck.
Yep.
I think it's Gateway.
I think the GMs should just bank a whole lot of threat here.
It's either one or two current popular D&D streams on Saturdays.
Okay. you managed to get one. You managed to gain one momentum off this, as it takes a while. It's kind of a rush job, but you manage to secure one scavenger hunt, and oh yeah, I'm banking all of that right now because this is gonna be hilarious. Okay, now Alpha or the fun part. We're gonna do called shot. So we're gonna do reason plus psi or security diff x and all right. So we're gonna do reason science or security difficulty ex to solve this this scavenger hunt. You make the call, and then you have to make it. One chief science officer can lead, the other one can assist, and you can pull science department NPCs from both ships to assist as well, and each ship will be able to roll a computer science role as well to represent the entire department coming in as well.
What's the name of the medal with where we roll to see how much threat you get or don't get, rather?
Uh,
I
I
don't want to look it up right now, but that's.
I think it's gallantry. Yeah.
Okay, that one in my star cross.
Plus,
and that the star cross doubles my focus range.
okay.
So, and I'm gonna max out on the threat for this. So, 6.
All right. You okay? So you can be rolling 5 dice. What is the difficulty you're shooting for? The higher difficulty you get, basically the more instances of well rested and coordinated you could get for one or both ships.
Some relaxation we get, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll basically get.
Let's go for 5. I'm going all out. I am burning another milestone as well.
You can also tap crew support from both ships to assist, as they're like actually there helping. So Patterson and can definitely help, and any crew support from the expedition if you want to tap any.
Definitely get Patterson. You know me, I like to be that momentum generator, and this is a good test to do it on. So 5. Yeah. So determination on the value. So a scavenger hunt, right? Never
Yes.
waste an opportunity to fly.
So you're gonna be flying to complete the scavenger hunt.
Correct.
Okay.
And I only have to buy 2 dice actually, so that's 3 threats.
Where's the other dice coming from?
Burning a milestone. To get the determination.
Okay. But at the milestone is the. Yeah, we haven't heard anything from you in a bit, Nadon.
All the episodes of me and Maldon flying around.
Yeah. Milestones and determination is always the first dice, so it'll still be 5 threat to get the rest.
So 5 threat.
Yep.
And oh, so I roll 5 challenge die then, right?
Yes, 5 challenge dice. Roll 2 more. All right, so I get 3 E-threat, and let's slow down a little bit on setting this up. All right, so we have diff 5. You were rolling 5 challenge dice.
Rolling
Um,
4. There's double ones on the table.
Yep, that's fine. Nadon. Are you there?
And the focus is athletics.
Not really. You are flying, but the flying's not the difficult part. Do you have anything like investigation or?
Research, but that's not
Yeah,
quite the same.
that's not quite the same.
Could I use a tricorder to help with the scavenger hunt?
Nope, tricorders are illegal. That prevents that goes against the spirit of the event.
Yeah, I think research is the best I got, so probably not going to do well with the focus thing. That kind of kills my star cross, but I'm going to use it anyways, just in case I get lucky. Alright.
Still waiting on the dawn.
I apologize. Discord disconnected me from voice for a bit, so I am totally missing all instructions that you had given.
Okay. For the scavenger hunt, we're doing reason science. It's called shot. So you call the difficulty. It's base 2, but if you want to go more difficult, for each 2 successes you go above of the first, you can gain another instance of well rested or coordinated for each ship. For each ship's science department. And to make the roll, L's already rolling in 5 dice, and he spent a determination in on this. And you can pull any science crew support in on this as well.
You have 7 successes on the board.
Nadon, we could push the difficulty higher than 5 if you're feeling frosty, and if you want to pull more crew support in.
All right. So do you need me to roll as an assist or as a fresh roll?
Roll as an assist.
Okay. Cool. 1 sec. We have a supporting character I can pull in to help. 1 moment. Discord cooperate, or not Discord, Roll20. I'll probably pull Silva to assist on this.
Okay. If a player can pull up Sova and roll them really quick. All right, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a difficulty 5. Okay, so you generate 3 momentum. As you gather everything in, as you complete the scavenger hunt, you got everything in done, and you all group up, and celebratory fashion, and then you realize that Sova and Patterson are both missing. They're not here at this gathering for some reason.
I tap my tricorder and try to call Patterson.
No response.
I will ask the rest of my department if anyone's seen Patterson.
Come to think of it, last time we saw him was like an hour ago, over in the city center. Nadon, what would you like to do?
I will first use my communicator to try to call Silva.
Again, no response.
I might be being a little bit overcautious here, but I will call up to the expedition and ask them to track his comm badge and tell me where he is.
Just typing that.
Yeah, you can call up to your various ships and ask for a scan. Yeah, no need for a roll over this. You find that at their
Give parameters.
yeah, you can give parameters.
Take the average walking speed of a humanoid over the course of an hour. Make that a radius from the last known position, and search everywhere within that area. I trying to find the comm badge.
Or just the entire city, because the city also has land transport and personal transporters.
Fair enough.
But yeah. Their comm badges are somehow in the warehouse district, which is a good 7 kilometers from the city center and far away from where any of you guys were.
Strange.
And as you are looking, and as the ship is looking at the comm badges, Patterson's comm badge and winks out. It is no longer It is no longer transmitting. What do you do?
First things first, I'm going to contact the captain. Let him know we have a missing crew member at the moment.
How did this happen?
At this time.
You cut out. Could you repeat?
That is unknown at this time. to my counterpart here, Miss Nadan. How would you like to go about this?
I don't like that his combat badge winked out. I advise we call in a security team. We're not equipped to handle what could be an abduction. And then I will ping up to the expedition, advise my captain of the situation, and request a security team.
Captain Prax, it is near the end of your evening when Nadon calls up from the surface.
Prepare a security team to the last known location that the comm badge is pinged to, and contact Kate's security forces.
Okay. Presence command and difficulty A3, assisted by ship's communications command.
I want to spend my determination on a responsibility to the truth, to get to the bottom of this, to figure out what is going on.
Yep.
And take a threat, spending 1 momentum for the third die. Will you take strategy and tactics? Trying to get stretch.
Kind of a stretch. Got any other air focuses I might apply?
Negotiation, but I don't think so. I'll just roll.
Yeah, I'll take strategy and tactics. You're coordinating efforts between in several people.
Rerolling the comp. A 20 to a 1.
Yep, and
that's 6.
And then communications command from the expedition.
To float. Can we spend the float on that? Cation security has a beat on this.
Yeah, Cation security, he is nearby, and they can definitely get it within the situation very quickly. Calder, how would you like to respond?
My connection's bugging out. Could you say that again?
How would you like to respond to the situation? Prax has already called in local security forces.
We're also beaming down our own security team.
Yeah, I would also be my own.
Knowing you, I have to ask the question: would you be down there yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Presence commands and difficulty difficulty 1 since you're going yourself. Difficulty 1 to organize a team and get down there.
I'm gonna spend a momentum for a third dice. So that will be 2 float.
Would you like to create an advantage?
Yes.
To what effect?
Surprise me.
You are you're well armed for the situation. You have to have a security team with you as well. So there's like 5 security teams and a pissed off commander beaming into the situation. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. As you beam in the Cation law enforcement, and it come charging in, and your two officers, Saval and Patterson, have been stripped down to underwear, and they're tied to chairs. But as soon as Cation security shows up, the four perps run in four different directions, and they're scattering, and they're on foot, north, south, east, and west.
I'm not in the mood, so warning shot. For them to stop.
Presence command difficulty 2. I'm gonna increase the complication to 2.
Okay,
Uh,
1 threat, 2 momentum for 4 dice.
and the security teams can also help.
I'll do an advantage to reduce that comp.
All right, so back to comp 1.
I'm going to re-roll one of those zeros. What was the difficulty again?
It was difficulty 2, so gain 2 momentum. As soon as you fire, they're like, "Oh, we really messed up on this one," and they skid to a stop.
Yes, the phaser was pointed up.
Yeah, I figured this was just a warning shot, but Prax, you were typing something, or?
I didn't know if one of the supporting characters from the expedition would be beamed down, which in that case it would have been Shakothrath, because she's her sort of main security officer that does ground engagements.
Okay. Come on, have fun with this. Since I still have the threat, 3 of them skid to a stop. Another one runs, jumps into a hovercraft, and starts taking off.
A hovercraft?
Like a land vehicle. A land vehicle that hovers like a few feet off the ground. Slightly more advanced than car, but not like 3D flight capable.
Where's Maldon with his hover boots when you need him?
Take a threat for a phaser rifle.
Can I take off and follow?
Spending a momentum. She's gonna shoot the craft down.
Base difficulty 2. I'm gonna say difficulty 3 because it's moving.
She's going to aim, as a minor action, which she has today. Marksman.
Reducing that to 2.
Yes. And phaser rifle for a focus.
Yep.
Take a threat. That's 4.
All right, 2 momentum generated, and that is a hit. Roll for damage. I think you got it.
Don't mess with Shakothrath.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Spending aim to threat. Your shot was good, but your shot was so good that the vehicle explodes and crashes, and this guy's not dead yet, but at the perp is in serious need of medical attention.
And guess what we don't have?
Oh no, she runs up there and starts offering aid.
Yep. You can totally do that. Control medicine div 2.
Okay. Emergency medicine for a focus.
Yep.
I'll spend 3 momentum for 4.
and gain a momentum and back as you put out the fires and stabilize his neck so he's not gonna hurt himself anymore. And you apprehend one human in two Orions and a Klingon on male, all in their late 20s.
Commander Calder he's the highest ranking officer, but yes.
Yes, Calder, what do you want to do?
Let Planter's security deal with them.
Maybe we should find out why they captured these two.
After questions,
Yeah. Which one? And you want to question first?
all of them.
Just all of them in a group.
Yes.
Oh right. Can't really do much. Presence command and or security difficulty 2. See if you can wrangle a confession out of them.
Take a threat, GM.
Yeah.
Would diplomacy work as a focus?
Depends on the angle you want to go about this.
Forensics.
Diplomacy or forensics will work.
Okay, then forensic.
Yeah. Diplomacy if you want to be nice. Forensics if you're.
That's two. Two over.
Yep. So 2 float. As the human said, okay, we just kidnapped them, trying to get some script off them. As soon as he saw that they didn't have any Latin, we were going to hold them for ransom. We didn't mean anything by it, man.
Didn't mean anything by it. You kidnapped 2 Starfleet officers. By any definition, this is an act of terrorism.
We didn't expect to find Starfleet.
This is a Federation world.
And wasn't the uniforms an obvious tell?
We didn't get a good look at the uniforms until they were in our van. So yeah, we took a calculated risk, but boy, are we bad at math.
Obviously.
Yeah. At that, local security takes them away. Calder, do you have any suggestions for or how local security is going to take care of this?
Throw the book at him.
Aye, sir.
Starfleet intelligence should be informed. This could jeopardize our mission.
It's just, I doubt these people would be related to the to any pirate groups that would jeopardize our mission.
Calder, you can roll me at insight security difficulty 2.
Okay. One, 2 momentum and 1 threat for 3 dice. Well, 4
Okay.
dice.
Okay.
And
One
would
moment.
lead investigator work.
Yes, this would.
So that's 2 bonus momentums for questions.
Okay. Based on how scared these guys were and kind of how it seemingly unorganized this kind of feels like a small time group that bit off more than they can chew.
So pretty much the tunnel snakes.
Yep. Any additional questions you want to like to ask?
Does Tatian have a question she wants answered?
No.
Okay, yeah, I can't think of anything either unless someone else has something to say.
Check messages.
Okay, you want 1 for messages and 2 to find out where this stuff were.
All right. So check their communication logs.
Yes.
Okay. From their communication logs, it's mostly between themselves. There's a couple random ones, and to other people that don't seem to be related. During the actual kidnapping, the communications were all in network, and it was various types of, okay, we got it, we're gonna do this, and then, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, we really messed up, oh crap, we messed up. Yeah, just go to the warehouse district and we'll figure out what to do from there. No communications to anyone outside, and no communications like further up the chain, except for one.
What's that?
Appears to go to a. Nah, let's not do Orion. Let's do. Betazoid male Gil Palavin, in age 43. He is on Kate. And it was one outgoing message saying, "Hey, we bagged 2 Starfleet officers. What do you want us to do about this?" And there's no returning question, no reply.
Were there any previous messages from this guy on here?
Not for the past 2 weeks. The last message was, hey, we got this. Yes. Tech conglomerate and guy. What do you want us to do? And coordination with, bring him to this location, and we'll work out a deal.
Okay,
And various messages going over the past 6 months. A average of like 2 times a month of, hey, we found this really interesting character, or okay, we'll meet up here and discuss terms.
okay, wait, Faye. Well, time to make a sting for this guy.
You don't have time. I'm for a sting.
Well, I will help the planetary security for the sting.
Yeah, you're leaving. You're ready to leave the next morning.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, for two momentum, you can and help them set up a sting and leave a calling card if anything interesting comes of this.
Yep.
But
And I will. I don't know if this is a good idea, but ban my. Well, you activate my Medal of Honor to throw in another advantage to increase the success rate of this.
yeah, absolutely. So. Okay. Might be something interesting income from this. Might not. But after that, hilarious sidetrack and Patterson having a near panic attack. The science officers can get the trait well rested, and both the expedition and the Svalinn can get coordinated science and its teams traits.
Okay. I think with that done, we should get some rest, then prepare for the operation.
Yep. You guys tuck in for the night. Wake up the next morning, and you are all ready to go. The Clydesdale finally reports that they are secure. Tractor aims are holding good, and anchor points are secure, and they're ready to take off at warp 6. At your command, Captain Brax.
Everyone, we know the drill. This is going to be a long mission. Stay within the formation, keep your eyes open, and let's head out.
And with that, with coordinated at ease, the 3 ships angle themselves out of system and leap into warp with 3 bright flashes of light as the convoy makes its way towards the Silk Road. And that would be the end of our episode today.